everybody? Oh, happy day. In this video, I want to share some perspective with you on why you may want to consider, yes, consider marketing to a low-income prospect. Why would you think about doing this? Well, this video is for you. I'm going to share some perspective, share some thoughts that will give you increased profitability when you decide to help and serve this great people group. They're underserved. These prospects a lot of times are being pushed into places that they don't deserve to be. They're being marketed in ways that are not palatable to them. So understand that when you're marketing a low-income prospect, they really need the best of you. They need your professionalism as you decide to serve them. They have been abused by garbage agents that are just being pushy salespeople, kind of like that bad car salesman. And there's nothing wrong with car salesmen. There's some good ones. I got some buddies that are in car sales, and they're great people, okay? So when you deploy good technique, it's not going to be transactional. So understand that when you're serving a low-income prospect, understand that their money is tight. So if you've got a perspective that they pay their bills maybe like you pay your bills, you're going to be in trouble. You got to understand that really low-income prospects get paid on the first and the third of the month, or the second, third, and fourth Wednesday of the month, and they spend money differently than maybe you do. Because their money is limited, they're going to kind of spend all of it within maybe a day, okay, or pull it all out of the bank within 2 days. It's how this demographic operates. So when you're choosing to serve a low-income demographic, you got to understand, first off, how do these people spend their money so that you can serve them as you're meeting their needs. So you got to understand that if you start pushing products on them where you demand money right away, you're going to create a lot of friction, and you're going to find yourself not closing the business with these great folks. So first off, understand these sweet people get paid on the first and the third Wednesday, first, second, or third Wednesday of the month. And they're also paid on the first and the third of the month if they're on like disability, etc. So understand that when they get paid, their wealth is gone. Their money is in and out of that bank quickly. This is why it's so critical that when you're marketing a low-income prospect, that you utilize carriers that do true Social Security billing, specifically on the first and the third of the month. Because a lot of carriers, will do true Social Security billing, but they don't, and I mean they don't, and let me say this again, they don't do true Social Security billing on the first and the third of the month. And a lot of these sweet low-income prospects, they're only paid on the first and the third, and their money's gone. So if you utilize a carrier that does not draft the premium when they truthfully get paid, you're going to find yourself with a ton of financial pain when you're serving this great prospect. Because when their money comes, it's gone the next day. You need to be using a carrier that withdraws that money on the very day that the money hits their account. They want the insurance, but they don't have enough, sometimes self-control, to keep the money in the bank. So agents that are using XYZ carriers that don't do true Social Security billing on the first and the third of the month, you're going to find yourself walloped with tons of chargebacks because you took out the money on the 5th when it should have been taken out on the 1st. The insurance company took it out on the 7th when it should have been taken out on the 3rd of the month. Now, a lot of carriers will do first, second, third, and fourth Wednesday of the month. They do true Social Security billing that way, but I'm speaking about carriers that only do the first and the third of the month when Social Security pays them or disability pays them. It's very critical that you place them, even if it's a little bit more expensive of a carrier, it's very important that you place them with that carrier because it's going to position the client to be able to keep that policy because it's how they commerce. So understand that these sweet folks, when the money comes in, the money's gone quickly. So you want to have that right perspective. This is why you want to use carriers that will align with what the prospect wants from you, which is take my money when I get paid because I'm bad with money. They won't always say this to you, but trust me, when their first overdraft happens or the first time that you use the wrong carrier for that sweet client and they blame you, well, Jason, why didn't you take the money out on the first? You know when I get paid, that's what you're supposed to do, and it's now the 7th when they decided to draft it and it goes bonk. Well, you didn't do things right. So first off, understand you got to have the right carriers when you're dealing with a low income, final expense client. They're great people. They want the policy, but don't be pushy and don't be putting them with a company that does not utilize true Social Security billing, specifically on the first and the third of the month. I can't emphasize this enough. A lot of agents don't listen to this advice, and then they learn the hard way when the chargeback train runs them over, okay, because they didn't use the right carrier for the right client. So your alignment of carriers is very important when you're handling a low-income prospect. They need you. They need you to be sensitive. You need to be looking, okay, at all the solutions through the rose-colored glasses. If y'all have grandmas, you know what I'm talking about, those rose-colored glasses. You need to be looking through your client's perspective to help deliver them the goods that they really want, but you've got to look at it from their way of thinking. How do they get paid? How do they pay their bills? What are their struggles? You've got to be more important than the case of Busch Light. You've got to be more important, okay, in some ways than maybe a 2-liter of Coca-Cola Classic a day. You've got to be more, okay, important than the other things. And you got to bring more value if you want to get valued by the client. You've got to have a good value proposition, and this is all about thinking, so what does this do for Mrs. Johnson? So what does this do for this great American across the table from me or across the phone lines in the telespace? What am I going to do to serve them, not just sell them? So understand that they're a great group of folks that really needs you. If you're selling Medicare Advantage insurance, it's so amazing. These great folks really don't know about all the solutions that could really help them, okay, pay their doctor bills and their hospital bills and all these extra benefits that they could really benefit from. You're going to be serving them. And oh, by the way, a lot of these places don't even charge a premium, 0 premium plans, and you're going to be like, okay, Santa Claus coming to their front door or over the phone. So understand, if you're selling Medicare Advantage or final expense life insurance to these great folks, they need you, they want you, even if they won't tell this to you. So make sure that when you're connecting with them, you're translating your value proposition in a way that they want to hear from you. Because when you find ways to, okay, speak their language and sing their tune, they're going to like what they hear. And you're all about them. Focus, okay, on that client base. It will make you a happier agent when you do, because these folks are recession proof. Their money comes in every month, not every week, every month it comes in, okay? That money will come and hit their banks regardless of the economy. It's a recession proof demographic to serve. They need you. They want you to serve them. They really do. And 11,000 people are turning 65 every single day and will do so for the next 10 years. It's a great group of folks to serve, a great group of prospects. But you got to understand that their buying decisions are different than you and me. Don't be pushy. Work on, okay, pushing up your value proposition when you serve them. Be better skilled, but understand you're going to need good leads. And you're going to need a good amount of them, okay? You're going to need some good leads to serve great people, but you want to target this demographic, the lower income demographic. Maybe they're only making $15,000 or less a year. They're great people, and they really want what you have. But you got to be a kind agent that's there to serve them, not a pushy salesman that's just trying to back the hearse up to the front door and push them into an overpriced product. That's not good. Nobody wants to be sold that way. Would you? Most people don't. So when you're providing value to a low-income client, if you come at it with servant-based selling, it's going to translate to the client that, oh, wow, I've never had anyone that's here for me. You got to think about the so what. So what this is going to do for XYZ client is this. They need you to help them. They're not sitting there with $10,000 in the bank account. They're lucky to have 2 cents in their bank account a day or two after they're paid. This is very commonplace. They've got money, but the money's gone quickly. So when you focus on a low-income prospect, you can deliver great value to them, and you will be victorious as you market them, but more importantly, make them better off than when you first walked in the door. Make that client better off than when you first, okay, approached them via even the phone. Make their lives better, and you, okay, will get more as a result. You got to give to get. Give them everything they want, and then you'll get everything you want in return. Help that client, okay? Always come at this lead, this customer, this prospect, okay, with the lenses of, you know what, I'm going to help them. I'm going to help make them better, make their lives better than when I first knocked on that door. Okay, and understand that these great folks don't have the money in the bank. They need you. When the bad day comes, when death comes, okay, unexpectedly, as it always does, they're not sitting like you and me, where maybe we've got some money in the bank where it's not that big of a deal for the ones we love. They're left behind. Their lives are forever changed in not a very good way at all if you don't serve them. They need you to serve them because you're saving the families that they're leaving behind grief and heartache and struggle and pain. Okay, these loved ones that they're leaving need to be protected, and you're making their lives better as a result of you selling final expense insurance. You're making their lives better when they get sick, because now you've got a solution to make sure that they can see the doctors, they can get their diabetic medications, they can get their prescriptions at maybe a couple bucks less a month. And a couple bucks less a month may be no big deal to you, but to that prospect, it's powerful. So when you can help them save money on drugs, even $2-3 a month on a prescription, or save them a couple bucks a month on premium, you are a powerful force for good. Now, I'm not talking about no-income folks, because that's not who you want to approach. People that have no income, you don't have a thing that you can really do for them. But people that have low income are amazing folks. They're sweet folks, and they deserve the best of you, and you will have a powerful career if you focus on how to serve them better every day. They're a great way to build a business if you're selling final expense or Medicare insurance. If you need help, feel free to reach out, jasonfinalexpense.com. We absolutely adore these great people. We serve them with the best of professionalism, never pushy, but we serve them and make their lives better each and every day. And if you need help to find a good agency like mine, feel free to reach out, jasonfinalexpense.com. I partner and I recruit, and I'm so blessed to serve some amazing agents across this nation. So if I can serve you, reach out. Love to have a conversation with you. I appreciate you watching, and I hope this helps you, and I hope you decide to serve these great folks, because they need more good agents, let me tell you. Thanks for watching.